All right, y'all. This story right here is about when my homeboy Steman gave his mother-in-law chlamydia. Yeah. Now, before we go on with this story, I want to address some people right quick. There's about 5 or 10 people that be in my comment section talking about, oh, why you always talking about this? Why you always talking about that? My thing is this. You seen the thumbnail. You seen the title. You decided to click on it because it was interesting to you. So my thing is, shut your damn mouth and listen to the damn story, right? And at least if you gonna talk crap in my comment section, at least hit the like button, right? But anyway, let's get to the story. Now, my homeboy Steman, right? You know, this is the same guy that ended up doing something real zesty with his cousin that he didn't know that was his cousin, right? But, you know, my homeboy Steman, he has a very interesting life. It's like every other month there's always something going on with this dude, right? Case in point, the story I'm about to tell y'all. Now, before I get into the story, what I'm about to tell y'all relates to what I'm about to tell y'all. In the Bible, Old Testament, it says that a man should not lay with his wife's mother, okay, which will make it the stepmother. Okay, so let's just get that clear. So the homie, you know, he called me one day and he like, hey, bro, I really need to holler at you about something. You know, a lot of people call me for advice and I'm like, what's up? He like, man, I'm really dealing with something. I'm like really going through something right now. So I'm like, what is it? So he like, man, you know I'm married, right? I said, yeah, man, like, what's up, man? What is it? He like, well, listen, you know, I've been married to my wife about 8 years. I said, I know I was your best man. He like, yeah, I know. But he was like, man, throughout the years, man, I've been attracted to her mama. I said, what? He was like, yeah, I've been attracted to her mama. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, what you mean attracted to her? Because, you know, I'm kind of confused at this point. He was like, man, her mama, she looked good to me. I said, listen, bro, you got to have some type of self-control. You know what I'm talking about? What do you mean the mama look good to you? He was like, I mean, she attractive woman, you know, she is a 60-year-old attractive woman. And, you know, I really kind of want to, you know, I said, no, I don't know. What do I supposed to know? He like, man, I want to hit. I said, Steman, come on, dog. He like, what? I mean, I ain't never gonna ask her, but I mean, if the opportunity ever presents itself, I said, how the hell would the opportunity ever present itself? He like, man, I'm just saying, man, I'm just saying, if her mom ever, you know, give me any type of inclination, I'm hitting, man, for real. I said, Steman, dog, you got 2 kids by this woman and you thinking about hitting her mama, dog? He like, man, I'm just saying, dog. I said, well, have her mama ever gave you any type of sign that, you know, she was interested in you? He was like, no, not really. I mean, I can't really tell. I said, listen, Steman, you have a lack of discipline, man. You really need to recalibrate your brain because what you talking about is doing the unthinkable, man. I said, you know, in the Bible, it says that a man do not supposed to mess with his wife's sister or his auntie or the stepmom. I said, yo, dog, you can't, that's unlawful for you to do, homeboy. And plus, morally, that's not right. And you only doing it because she look good to you? He was like, yeah, man. I mean, I can't help the way I feel, bruh. I said, well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I never been in that type of situation, nor have I ever heard of a situation like this. I mean, you heard things in the projects, you know, with super ratchet women, but, you know, I don't know what to tell you. So he was like, Yeah, but I gotta tell you something though. I said, what? It was like, I hit already. I said, what? It was like, yeah, I already hit. I said, Steman. He was like, what? I said, how the hell did that even happen? He was like, all right, let me tell you. He said about 2 months ago, right, the mama ended up moving in with them or whatever, because I guess they had a flood, and the mama had a flood in her house or whatever. So naturally, she had to come over and, move in. So she only supposed to been there for about 2 weeks or whatever until the house got done. So nevertheless, Steman don't work at all. Steman ain't got no job. Steman is living off a wifey. And, Steman tell me like, at first it was, it was normal. First couple days, everything was good. She was cooking the meals. She was cleaning up. My wife was always at work. And she was there. And he said one day he got in the shower and she came in there. And he said the way the shower is set up, it's like a see-through, well, not see-through, but how can I put it? Y'all know them showers that if you ain't got no shower curtain, you just got like the clear thing, but it's like obscured in the way. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's a shower like that, but you can see somebody's silhouette, right? So he said he in the shower and she comes in there and she just got her bra and panties on. So he like, man, what the heck? Now he said he already, been feeling that type of way towards her. So he just said, man, she know I'm up in here. Why is she in here? And so he said that he pulled back the shower door a little bit and peeked his head. I was like, what's going on? She was like, oh, I didn't know you was in here. And she had left out. But he said like, no, she lying. She knows she seen me. So he said that was the first thing, he said he got out the shower and, got dressed or whatever. He said nothing happened. He said the second day when his wife went out, I think his wife went out grocery shopping or something like that. The mama, she usually was like kind of stay in her room or whatever, but he said that he was sitting on the couch watching TV and he heard like this moaning noise, like this super loud moaning noise. He like, what the heck? And he said that when he walked towards, the noise, the bedroom that his stepmom was in or whatever, his mother-in-law was in, the door was kind of crept open and she was touching herself, moaning loud. And he said like, she doing this shit on purpose. So he said that he sat by the door for a moment. So he said he finna just test the water. So he said like he made like a noise to see what she gonna stop. So he said he like kind of kicked the door a little bit, and well, not the door, to kick the door, like the door frame or whatever, to see what she stopped, but she didn't. So he said he knocked on the door like, hey, miss, blah, 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 you all right in there? And she got quiet. And she was like, come in. So he said he walked in there and he said that she would just lay spread eagle style on the bed. And he was like, are you all right? And she was like, boy, stop playing. And he said that he just got in it, dove in it. I said, dog, that was foul in a motherfucker. He was like, man, bruh, man, I ain't gonna lie, I did kind of feel bad afterwards. We didn't use no protection. I did bust in. I said, ho. And I know a lot of y'all probably like, Donta, this can't be true. Ain't no way this story true. Y'all, it get worse. It get really worse than this. Don't worry, I got y'all. But before we go any further, just in case if y'all forgot to hit the like button, y'all hit that like button for your boy. And also, if y'all like the way I tell my stories, y'all check out Stacy's Story Time. I'm going to have her link pinned at the top of the comment section. Go check her out. So anyway, he tell me like he busts up in her. He ain't pull out. And He said after they did what they did, he just got up and he got in the shower, and about 10 minutes later, she got in the shower, and while she was in the shower, his wife, rolled up, and he said like he just went outside and helped bring the groceries in, whatever. And he just said he just felt bad, whatever. But he said it wasn't nothing really awkward between the, mother-in-law and, the daughter and him. It was like, whatever. Now, this is where this story takes, well, I guess I was about to say a crazy turn, but it get worse, y'all. It get, hence the title. All right. So at this time, y'all, he tell me like it was kind of like a game for him where he'd sleep with his wife and then he'd go in there and go sleep with the mama. Right. He said him and the mama would never really even talk. They'd just do it, like sneaking around or whatever. And he said it was like a thrill for him. Like, I just got done sleeping with your daughter, now I'm sleeping with the mama type thing. So he said, nevertheless, he said one day he had to use the bathroom. And he said at first when he had to use the bathroom, whatever, he said something fell off a little bit. So he said when he went to the bathroom, nothing happened. It just something fell off. Like he said when he was using the bathroom, it was like kind of tingling or whatever. But then he said, nevertheless, he like, all right, maybe, I don't know. So he said the second day when he had to go to the bathroom, he knew that he messed up. He said he knew something was all the way wrong. Why? Because he said it was like he was pissing out needles, y'all. He was burnt. Now, I know. A lot of y'all gonna say, well, did moms give it to him, or did the wife give it to him? I mean, he been with this woman for 8 years and he ain't never caught nothing. So obviously it wasn't, his wife, but he's sleeping with this new woman, which is his wife's mother. And his wife's mother, he don't know if she out there sleeping with other guys, but he know for sure that he been going in between the mama and his wife. So he's in a huge dilemma. So I said, dog, what happened? Now, I know it's taking a lot for me to get to the story, y'all, but y'all should have seen how he was procrastinate telling me the story. But anyway, he like, man, I went to the clinic and, they did a rapid test or whatever. And yeah, I got chlamydia or whatever. And they told me to take these pills or whatever and let the people know who I'm being intimate with, let them know what's happening. And he said, but I can't tell my wife that and tell her I'm banging her mama. No, I can't do that. That's out. So I said, so what happened? He was like, man, I was going to just wait till she just get her symptoms and then just accuse her of cheating. I said, Steman, dog, that's fucked up, dog. You gonna mess up a marriage? I mean, you already messed it up sleeping with her mom, but you gonna blame her for what you did? He was like, what I supposed to do? I mean, I do love my wife, but I don't want her to leave me. What should I do? That's why I'm calling you. I said, I don't know. He was like, well, you been married for 10 years, bro. You been with your woman for 11 years. I said, yeah, then I'm not banging my mother-in-law neither. And I'm not cheating and doing all this type of weird that you doing. So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But just tell her, don't try to make her think that, because she knows she didn't do anything. I mean, unless she is creeping, but, she don't seem like she is. But, okay, put it like this. If she ain't creeping on you, right, and the symptoms gonna come up, how you gonna tell her, like, come on, bruh? And then I don't know, man, because it's like one thing, okay, yeah, you cheated on me, even with a prostitute or just a random woman. Okay, cool, bet, whatever. But the mom, her mother, come on, man. How do you even, how did that conversation, yo, babe, yeah, okay, I gave you chlamydia, but, your mom gave it to me. What? You see how crazy that sound? So he like, yeah, bro, I really messed up. So what should I do? I said, honestly, I don't know, man. For sure, you need to cut it off with her mama. For real. That should have never happened, but hey, it happened. We here now. Well, not we, you here now. And you just need to cut it. As far as letting your wife know, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You could say, well, maybe you went somewhere and use a cloth and that's how you got it. You know, I don't know, man. They say that you can catch certain STDs off of surfaces or whatever. So maybe you can get away with that. And, you know, I don't know, but you and her mama need to have a conversation to let her know that, like, yeah, she gave this to you or whatever, and y'all have to stop what y'all doing. And somehow, some way, y'all have to break it, or you got to break it to your wife, like, because that, I believe, that can, you know, cause cancer or something if it's untreated, you know, over the years or months or something. So you need to holler at your wife, man. So he like, all right, man, all right. Now, this is where this story, oh, y'all thought that was the worst of the story. Nah, it's about to get even deeper. Right now, y'all, the time of this story is 16 minutes and 55 seconds. Y'all let me know, what do y'all think I'm about to tell y'all? What do y'all think? And start putting it in the comment section right now before I reveal what happened next. What do y'all say with Donta? It can't get no worse than that. It can't get no worse than this, can it? It get worse. Now, about a week will go by after Steman tell me this, right? I didn't hear from Steman for a whole week, y'all. Steman finally calls me. He like, bruh, hey, you got $300? You know, it ain't out of the norm that, you know, some of my associates hit me up, you know, for a favor or two, you know, a couple dollars or whatever. I said, nigga, what you need $300 for? He like, bruh, man, I really fucked up. Like, I really fucked up. I said, what did you do? I said, Steman, what did you do? He was like, man, bruh, man, I got her pregnant, bruh. I says, no, Steman. He said, yeah, bruh, and got to get the abortion money up. I said, Steman, listen. He like, I know. I said, no, nigga, listen. Because if I'm going to give you some money, you going to listen. He like, man, what's up? I said, listen. Because I'm a Christian man, I don't believe in abortion. I don't. I don't believe in it. You made a serious bed that you gonna have to lay in. I said, you gonna have to, man, you was better off telling me y'all need some groceries or you was behind on a bill or something. But I can't, in good faith and conscience, give you some money to get rid of a child. He like, yeah, bro, but I'm telling you, man, I said, yeah, I know you did it. Yo, you see what your lust gave you? You see what your freaky mind and that you did? This is that example of you made your bed, you got to lay in that mother effer. I can't give you no money towards that, homie. I can't. I can't, man. He like, all right, bro. Let me tell y'all something. Again, in the Old Testament, which is still valid to this day, it says that a man do not supposed to lay with his wife mother, right? It is unlawful. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is it's a lot of things that's going on in this world right now because a lot of y'all done threw away God's laws and y'all just living real lawless, right? The reason why Steman is in this current situation right now, I don't know if mother-in-law got the abortion. I don't even know if he even told wifey that, about the chlamydia situation. But I know this, though. Once you violate God's laws and commandments, whether Old or New Testament, this is that you get.